The next part of our lookups training is to look at something called the index function. Now over here on our sheet called index in the lookups workbook, we have a table, let's call it a rates table, which indicates the size of our packages, the shipping zone that they belong to, and the data in the middle will give us a shipping cost. On the right hand side we have our item numbers with the size and the shipping zone, and we need to work out the corresponding shipping cost. Now obviously if we had to do a VLOOKUP, we could look up the size and then get the corresponding cost. We could then look up the shipping zone, get that corresponding cost, and then have to put them together. So we'd actually be working with a VLOOKUP and an HLOOKUP combined, but we'd have to create additional reference tables. Now when you're trying to find corresponding data whereby they meet or they intercept in a row and a column, you can use the index function, which makes it a little bit easier. So let's go through the function to see how it works. We start with equals index. The array is the data that we're going to be gathering, and unlike the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP rules, we don't include the headings in this data. So you would only select the data of the shipping cost itself. Because we're going to be copying this function down, don't forget we need to lock this data, so we push F4 on our keyboard. Then it asks for a row number reference. So our row number is in which row will we find the data. And in the case of this spreadsheet, our sizes are corresponding to our rows, so we would select cell N2. Our column number that we're working with is our shipping zone over here, but you'll see I can't click on the cell because my formula has taken the space of the cell. So when you're in a situation like this, when you can't click on the cell, you can just type in the cell reference number. In this case, it's O2. And that is all you need for your index function to work. So I'm going to select enter. Let's check if this figure is actually correct. Size 4, shipping zone 6. Size 4 to shipping zone 6 is 28. So our function is working beautifully.